All right, hello and welcome to another episode of the Capsule and New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you guys had a good celebration and managed to not get COVID, because apparently everyone in the whole world has it at the moment. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good celebration. We ended up with no restrictions in in England actually. So I imagine everyone was doing something. If you weren't isolating. Yeah, to be honest, it's been one of those weeks between Christmas and New Year's, and then including New Year's, where not loads is happening. On New Year's Eve, the New Year honors list was announced, and this is where the British government, I guess, announce awards that are being given out to members of the public, I guess. So Ashley Banjo and Mikey J both received MBEs. So what an MBE is a member of the British Empire. It's an award for people who are outstanding in their craft or their service. And it's a list that's compiled by a committee and then passed up to the Prime Minister and then finally passed up to the Queen. And yeah, it's a pretty high honor in terms of British honors. So Mikey J was awarded the MBE for his services to dance and music, and Ashley Banjo was awarded the MBE for his services to dance. Congratulations to them. That's really cool. It's always good to be recognized for your work, but obviously people like that, we kind of recognize them within the community and we know what they've done, but to see them get it from a kind of external source is always good, regardless of what the source is. The MBEs obviously are attached to the British Empire. So interestingly enough, I think 2015, Jonzi D of Breaking Convention was awarded one. He chose to turn it down, I believe, based on not wanting to be associated with the British Empire, which is also fair enough. Something I found out was Roald Dahl was another person that turned down an MBE, which is interesting, but not necessarily relevant. I just thought that was interesting. Jonzi turns his down. As far as I know, Mikey and Ashley have both accepted. I haven't seen that they haven't accepted. Which, yeah, I mean, I get both of them I get the reasons for accepting, I get the reasons to not accept, so it's definitely a personal choice. Obviously the British Empire was always a hoot, and I can imagine why people would not want to be associated with it, but I also understand why you would want to be recognized for what you've done, especially if you've worked hard and had a illustrious career like all three of those people have, actually. So that's that, really. Congratulations again to them. And I guess moving on, everything is opening back up again. The studios are opening back up. Everybody's kind of getting back to life now that the New Year's passed, attempting to start their resolutions and all that sort of stuff. We spoke about the 100-day challenge on the Capsule, which I think people have been trying kind of towards the end of last year. Paradox from the Netherlands, I believe, did a 30-day challenge where he had different kind of concepts every day. The idea of the 100-day challenge, just quickly, is you do something. Let's say for this example, we take dance. You do it for 100 days straight, no breaks, no days off. And you film yourself and you post it on Instagram, whether it's your feed or whether it's your story. You kind of leave a day 3 of 100, day 4 of 100. And then you can leave like little thoughts every day if you want to, or you can just post the whatever dancing you do. You can add little bits to it, so you can add different challenges. You can change the length. So obviously Paradox did 30 days. A lot of people do 100 days. Nice round number, I guess. Some people have done 365 days, so a whole year. Cy Rawlinson did or he's in the process of doing 1,000 days, which is crazy, in a good way. So yeah, and it just builds up consistency, creates habits. It kind of, you have to force yourself to find time to do the thing every day for the sake of like keeping up the accountability with social media. And I think from that, you kind of discover that you have more time than you think you do in a day. It's always like, you're more motivated to do stuff when you know people are watching. So I think in this case, social media is a really powerful tool for that, to kind of create this sense of like, oh, I've got to do it because otherwise, people might see that I quit. And while it's not a huge deal if you do quit, most people, I think, end up completing it because it forces you to have a little consequence, let's say, if you don't do it. But yeah, so maybe that's something for people to start. January, everybody's talking about resolutions, and I think it's famously like 80% of people will give up their New Year's resolution by the second week of February. So that is 4, 5, 6 weeks. So if you're worried about stuff like that, and you've got a resolution or whatever, maybe try and do the 100 days. So you make sure you push past that second week in February, because I guess if you have a resolution and you want to, I don't know, start training more or doing whatever, if it's just endless, it's kind of hard to look all the way that far into the future and be like, well, what am I going to do? Train every day for the next 20 years? Like, if you just think 100 days, you might get there. And then what I think a lot of people feel is when they get to the end of the 100 days, they might not train every single day, or they might not do that thing every single day, but they've upped their frequency compared to before. So I guess that would be the aim as well. People connect with the journey as well. We like to see the behind the scenes, especially in a social media world. So we like to see you going on a journey and building and progressing, and we get to watch the progress. It's sometimes the most engaged I am with people's Instagram is when they're doing these type of things, just because I want to check back in and see what they're doing. But yeah, so that's the 100-day challenge. Give it a go. Let us know if you do give it a go. Yeah, just a quick one today. Obviously, it's dance-wise, it's been a bit quiet. Hopefully we're back to hopefully some events, some training, some classes. We will continue to keep bringing you whatever news we can and updates from the scene. There's going to be the more coming of the Duke London podcast, a whole new set of guests. Hopefully we're going to make a little upgrade to the equipment so we can do some different stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting things coming for us for this year, and I'm sure for you as well. So yeah, good luck to everyone for this year. Yeah, it's let's make a positive start. I don't know, all that inspirational stuff. Yeah. Well, we'll just leave it there, basically. There's not really much else to say at the moment, not really much news. I was trying to think if there's anything else worth talking about, but not this week, I believe. We'll wait and see what happens now that we're all getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, shout out to everyone that supported the capsule in 2021. And yeah, tell a friend, and we'll see you next week. Peace.